Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of the Tower of Time. We are making our way through the magic training grounds. We're doing well on the secret rooms. We've found all the ones so far. We're in the fire sector and we have to find 6 different fire braziers and extinguish them. So far, we found 2 of them. No idea where the others will be, but there's a strange breach opening up into a cave of coloured crystals. This whole area feels a bit mystical, and it's humming at us. There's got to be a reason for this area. And there is an up. That's a little bit janky to climb, but it works. And that's the teleporter that we pulled the lever for previously. Where does this go? Ooh. Lorraine's pistol! A full camp, another construct? Is this for Maeve? Yeah, Maeve can use it. Wow. And we're not going to switch to one-handed weapons, but that's really cool. There's a pistol available. Extra mana regen. This is going to go on Kain because Kain does struggle a little bit towards the end of combat. We've got a note here. Expedition note. So this is it then. I've reached the end of the tunnel. The cavern proved to be a dead end, and I cannot hope to pass through those crazy elementals without my mech. If only I knew why this teleport I've used suddenly stopped working. Oh, that's because her companion Zealous trapped her. I hope Zealous will recover and come back for me. Such a sweet young boy. Sometimes he acts so strangely, looking at me when he does not see that I notice. I always wonder if I have a spot of grease on my face or a hole in my shirt. Yet he's dedicated to the expedition as no one else has been. We ventured far, yet we did not discover where those armoured beings are coming from or why they attack us. It was a bad idea to split forces and continue the search in smaller groups. Then again, perhaps one of the other teams has found something useful. I must rest now. My food ran out a while ago, and eating this purple mushroom map may not be the best idea. I feel a pain awakening in my stomach. Wow. Lorraine also perished. What a dismal story. Another drop of memory falls in the ocean of history, now lost forever. Tell me, Biggs, are all frostlings so poetic? All frostlings take the time to say what they mean, without passion and intent. I was quoting a passage from a saying amongst my people, spoken when someone dies before his memories can be placed in a memory stone. For a frostling to die without his memory cast into stone is a great dishonour. How lovely. Now could we get back to the matter at hand? Looks like there was a larger team involved in this search. Are there no more notes? We must be thorough in our search for clues. Wait a second, what's that lying next to her? Is it a pistol? You smile, seeing joy on Maeve's face. You can never tell what makes the girl tick. You've heard about ancient designs which shot projectiles at extreme velocity propelled from the barrel by a small explosion of magic. Only broken pieces have been encountered so far. Now Maeve will have the chance to test its effectiveness. She takes a few test shots. You can sense her anticipation. Doesn't look like there's anything else to find here. But at least we know what happened. I am still curious about the crystals, whether there's anything else to be found here. Like that little cavern skull thing. It looks quite... In fact, there was more up, wasn't there? Over this bridge. We didn't go this way. A small chest. Got some boots. And not much else up here. Okay, let's start the descent and return. Back into the main section. We've got another chest with a nice little mana ring. And The Nature of Magic by Proteus Volume 8. So again, what exactly is magic? While the origins of mana nodes are still a mystery, we have a very good understanding now of how magic works. Our being is defined by a life force, a physical manifestation of a soul that resides within us. Mana is equivalent to an external force. While it's alien to our nature, it can be absorbed by our body, filtered by it, and then added to our own life force, creating a new mix in the process. And then it can be channeled into physical manifestation, either internal or external. Internal is where we will ourselves to be stronger, external where we will the world around us to change. As to the limits of the physical manifestation, they are yet to be discovered should they exist. For the moment, it seems the only limitation is our own imagination, much like the Green Lanterns. And we've got a little forge here. Well, this is cool because we do have some items that we picked up that we could start upgrading. What are your rings like? Mana health, mana and life. I don't think it's worth giving you Crystal Ring of Gust, because it's going to end up being much the same as the ring you've already got. I very much like the thorns that Kane's got on. I like the armor penetration that we have on Maeve. Yeah, I don't think we'll do any of the rings. Amulets don't seem to be... Well, I suppose we could do the Destructive Crystal Amulet of Greed. Increase the magic penetration. I gave it an enchant slot, which is potentially useful. Let's go for enchant on amulets. Rage Spirit, increase movement and attack speed by 15%. It could be useful for getting around a bit. Okay, I think I'm happy enough with that. Let's carry on looking for more of these flaming suns. I think if we carry on doing a left wall hug and then come back and search the other bits. There's one there. That's number 3 done. Oh, these are proper vents, actually. Feels like we've been down below there. There's number 4. Now, what is this whole area here? We've got a proper barrier that we're not going to be able to get past. I assume that leads to the next section. A chest with some armor. And a proper collapsed bridge. There is one more of the ones that we need to extinguish down below. So I guess we're going to go and do the big fight. And then we can potentially swing back round to pick up the amulet. This ancient machinery, lots of valves and clocks attached to the machine. Indicators on most of the clocks are moved into the red coloured area. Clearly things are not working the way that they should. A little fire hydrant. And we can't identify the purpose of this machine, but it looks a bit intimidating. That thing, a small tornado of yellow and red flames, roars to life before you, twisting and twirling into a humanoid shape. It crosses two large flames in the form of rudimentary arms across its midsection. This must be the guardian of the fire crystal. Even from this distance, your champions feel waves of intense heat. Boron is already drenched in sweat. Let's take it out. .30 armor. It's got water vulnerability.
At your service.
But much like all the others, we're just going to try and blitz it down. So, everyone attack. We'll focus on the sundering, I guess.
Right between the eyes.
Yes, my lord.
Let's charge in straight away. Get the Ent in. It's probably worth us doing fire. In fact, this has got 300% fire resist. It's not worth us doing anything fire related against it.
Maninata.
May the light guide your path.
But everything else is worth it.
Orders?
Yes.
And actually, with these on the side,
Heru Amin.
I will get our support casters to focus on them a little bit.
Yes, my lord. My lord?
Unleash hell.
Let's get another hunter's mark just to make sure this thing continues to remain marked.
Your path.
We can get healing out up here now.
Yes, moving.
But this thing is going to go down very quickly, so let's just blitz our way through it. There's Vampiric Gold Sword of Destruction. 3 health per hit is interesting, but not amazing. Same with the Hammer of Destruction. Decent chunk of cash, though. We just got nothing to spend it on at the moment. Well, I suppose we could spend it on the people in our party that we're not actively trying to level up, but that doesn't feel smart. Another Son of Fire has been extinguished. Ooh. Enchanted weapon shoots 3 projectiles instead of 1. Only deals 20% of the main damage, but 100% of the additional damage. Interesting. It would have to be a very specific weapon type to be worth that. So the main damage 77 physical, no extra damage. Main damage 58 physical, extra damage 8 to 12 fire. So it would keep the 8 to 12 fire on each of them. Yeah. I'm sure there is a particular ranged weapon that it would be worth doing it on. I just don't know which ranged weapon it would be. But it would end up being something like the Bow of Fire. Yeah, not convinced. Also reduces skill damage by 40%. Feels a bit mean. There'll probably be some items that are like 50% main, 50% additional. Maybe that would end. In fact, let's have a look at the item, not the forge, the crafting. None of the wands seem to obviously have extra damage on them, which is not to say that it's not possible. But yeah, it's definitely not obvious or clear. We have a note, Nature of the Magic by Proteus, Volume 9. Magic has two aspects, additive and subtractive. The additive is when we channel our life force outside, as if removing some part of it from within, to shape it into a new object. This is how, using magic, we create food stockpiles and power crystals, or call rain to fertilize crops. The subtractive is when we remove the existing matter, such as when we flatten a mountain to create a new pasture. There are two things in particular which make me wonder at this dynamic. First, what exactly happens to all this matter that we remove from our world? Does it disappear completely? Or is it turned into something we do not see, that we do not understand? Could we use up all the matter in such a way? The second question is more troubling. Subtractive magic seems much stronger than the additive type. Why is that the case? Is it the natural order of the universe since it's easier to destroy than create? Or has someone made it so? And there is a piece of the fire crystal for us. And we have mage pants, which we might give to someone. But before we do, there's the last of the suns. So we can go back and get that amulet. I don't know if any of you's counted, but that's the last of the 6 suns. Thanks, Eric. Well then, time to return to the fire altar and see if we can tell what was kept inside. With armor to make people go faster. Let's make our way back. I don't think there's a fast way back to the fire altar. It's probably actually faster to go from this side. So let's do that. And then we'll need to head back to the training supervisor, I'm sure. And there's the fire amulet. Lovely. Okay, well, in the initiation trials, we've placed it in a metal case, and we hope that it doesn't melt in the meantime. Yeah, let's head back to the training supervisor. We haven't made it to the Earth sector yet, so we can't do that. We've still got more amulets to collect to help the Wisp. First note, second note, third note, fourth note, fifth note, sixth note. Yeah, we've been getting all of them as we go through. And we still don't know much about that trapped golem. Let's head back to the training supervisor and give this fire crystal. Congratulations, students. You've retrieved the fire crystal. You've achieved the rank of journeyman, removing the barrier to the Earth sector. Now the question is, can we just teleport straight there? Not quite. Alright, well, at least we can go back to the fire crystal, and then we just need to go along and loop back round. It won't be far to go. In terms of progress on this level, still don't have any of the main quests done. We've done 4 of the 9 side quests. Haven't found the blueprint, most of the enchant scrolls, most of the battles, and most of the chests. Into the Earth sector. Nature of Magic by Proteus, Volume 10. Over time, magic has been standardized, categorized. It proved to be most effective and logical if we adapted the power to the things we already knew. Thus, we linked it to the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. The elemental spirits shared their knowledge of the elements, as they could also absorb the power and study it. Students are now trained in all elemental schools one by one, as this is required to attain the rank of Magus. Through mastery of all elements, we also learn how to judge the limits of our own capabilities, so we don't overexert ourselves. But the nature of this magic disease has now changed. When a magic practitioner takes one step too many past his or her limits, they implode, creating a dark globe of light-absorbing energy. This has been called Void, the 5th element. We do not know what it is, but we fear it greatly. When this unfortunate event happens, the void energy is immediately collected and stored in the most secure mana chamber, which only the first Magus has access to. I wonder whether that's part of mastery, like, oh, another one's gone, I'm going to pick them up and I will use them later. We've got some Earth Golems to fight. Let's clear the way for Earth Guardians guarding the position, including one big boss one.
May the light guide your path.
Mani.
There's the big boss. Let's just move straight on up to him. He's weak to air,
All right.
but he'll also be weak
Heru Amin.
to a lot of fists in the face.
Yes, moving. Fire.
Yes.
Mani Marte.
Let's get just a little bit closer so we can
Aye, my lord.
ensure we're hitting them all. But I think that's everything set for the initial off.
Unleash hell.
That was pretty powerful, actually, in terms of how quick he's going down.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, did he just split into smaller bits?
Yes, my lord.
Mani Nata.
Let's get some healing
lord?
out over here, just in case.
Yes.
Yeah, splitting into smaller things. That is definitely a thing that's happening.
Heru Amin.
Unleash hell.
Right, more golems. So many of them.
Yes.
We will just keep the marks going though.
Orders. Fire.
You know what? Let's get a little bit of healing out just to help out.
Sire.
Shoot them.
Heru Amin.
That was an interesting one. I did like the shattering mechanic there. Rackham did most of the damage, all things considered. I think a lot of that comes down to his sundering, really. Oh, we've got gold hidden there, we've got gold hidden there. We've got a lot of gold at the moment. Always happy to collect it up. There's quite a lot of stuff to do in this area. Now, what is this plant? A weird looking plant, you find no need to take it. I mean, when it looks that weird, you don't really need a need to take it. Although I'm sure someone's going to give us a quest for it at some point. Up these little segments. Hey, there's Geohash. Right, let's take his gold first. Travelers, the waters have not flowed properly for 462 years, 3 months and 14 days. This is not acceptable. Yes, we know. You must be Geothash. We've met Beothash already. Ah, so you met my infinitely stubborn brother. Well, his plan is foolish and will not work. It might only make matters worse. The machine will never work again. That's exactly what he said about your plan. Of course he did. As I said, he is a fool. Our fathers built us to maintain this place and made us in their namesakes. Yes, your fathers, Beotash mentioned them, but we did not ask what he meant. By the ancients, you must know Geotash and Beotash. They were Magi and built the tower you are standing in. Then they built us and infused us with some of their consciousness, charging us to maintain it, yet we failed sadly in our mission. We know of the different solutions you're each advocating, but what if you attempt to fix the issue by combining them both? Geothash is silent for a long moment. You know that you just need to give it time. The thought process of these beings must be very slow. Ha! That is a clever idea. Truly you must be of great intelligence. I presume you have already the diamond wrench. Here is the magic solvent then. Go to the main pump, located on the platform up here, and turn the green valve hard to the right, and then pour the solvent into the pump. Once you do that, come back down and let me know. I will then turn on the flow mechanism, and it should clear the blockage as it flows down the system. I guess... not this platform. Maybe up and over this way. But we're going to just have a little look around above Geothash and another strange plant. Going to have to remember that that's there. And here's the Earth Altar. Touch not the heady sap of the life oak, lest you feel its poison burn. Those wise in the ways of apothecary will know what's needed for that burn to spurn. The shrieking maniac root be wrenched from the earth you clutch, petals of the subtle morning rose be plucked, shavings of the live oak bark be scraped from the lowest part of the trunk, and lily of the mill be pulled from the waters where your roots have sunk, and all four are pestled and mashed, then the earth amulet do we safely grasp. The earth amulet, we should be looking for the plants. Of course. It's obvious they're here. I've never seen such a cornucopia, so many plants which died out and were forgotten thrive here undisturbed. I swear, I could linger here forever. I'd agree if it wasn't for our quest. Come on, let's see if we can find them. Well, we already know of 2 of them. Look at these glorious blooms. I've never seen such delicate beauty. Tell me, Master Smith, Could the most cunning contrivance ever match this? Perhaps not. You can cleave your enemy's helmet with a flower. We elves have legends that our forebears made artifacts more stunning than the finest sunset, matching in battle the best weapons made of your kind. Yeah, I've always got to go one better, I suppose. Your champions guess this must be the morning rose the inscription told of. One of them regretfully pulls a few petals from one, marring the symmetry of the elegant plant. Well, let's go down. And there's the lily pads. That must surely be the lily of the mill the inscription mentioned. Dave reaches down and takes one of the plants from the cool waters. So there was the bark of the tree as well, which we've not seen yet, but seeing as this is glowing, I just want to double check we've not missed it. Ooh, excuse me, I must have a cold coming on. We'll just have to make our way round and higher. There's the next one. Oh, hello, friend. Elite Acid Guardian. He is weak to fire. Well, that suits
Ready
us
to serve,
just
my
perfectly.
Your wish is my command.
Neither of you are the Acid Guardian. Oh, you are Acid Guardians, you're just not the big boss one.
Shut up! Yes, my lord. On my way.
Percent defeated already. This is going to be a relatively quick fight.
Will do. Affirmative.
Right between the eyes.
Yes, my lord. Your wish is my command. Will do.
Yeah, I think we can split everyone's focus.
Mani Marte.
Aye, my lord.
Mani.
I never miss.
Get an additional bow on this side just to help out. But if we get a little bit closer, we'll be able to also fling
How
arrows
may
in.
I help you? Yes, moving at your service. Yes, my lord.
Fireball in there.
Yes.
More fire explosives.
Lord.
More golems, but it's not really needed.
Yes.
Mani Marte.
Job done. Easy fight. Really easy. So, back to the plant we were trying to get. Your champions see a wrinkled, sinewy root of some sort protruding from the ground. Only the powerful grasp of Boron can wrench it free. As he does, the roots groan, then give us a strange, unsettling shriek when they snap. This must be the maniac root. The inscription said it would shriek, but I don't think we should take it literally. Little chest. A route that doesn't really go anywhere. This feels like this is going to be cleansing. I want the blind. Immunity to blind, but no movement speed. Big armor. Not sure if I like that. If we could get something that would reverse the movement speed penalties on an item, that would be amazing. The Nature of Magic by Proteus, Volume 11. The 4 edicts are still followed to the letter these days. We must be moderate in the usage of power until we understand the origins. Magic can also be applied only to tasks approved by the Council. Outside of that, single applications of power require direct authorization by the First Magus. I've been very reserved in granting such authorizations. If there is a dire event which requires such, I attend to it myself. I've been criticized by the community for it. Some say I do it to show my superiority in skill. I care little about that, but no one dares to challenge me openly. For my true reasons for this are very different. It's going to be because he understands Void. It looks like there's another item over at the top. Right, let's do this pump. Your party pours the magic solvent into the machine and turns the valves in the order specified by Geotash. The machine starts to hover slowly, the lights blinking green. It seems the machine is operational again. But we'll carry on up for the moment. And up even further. This is a bit finicky. Is that the last plant? That's the last plant. Pains me to take Blade of a Life Oak, but a needs must. Ah, let me do it. It's just a tree. I wonder how I endure your ignorance for so long. These trees were revered for countless generations. This is not something you can just about a tree. Kane scrapes some bark from the base of the tree as the inscription instructed. Okay, this is going to be once again for Rackham, and it's going to give him earth resistance. Called it. A little bit gold. And we want to go along this way to see those items. So this is some kind of craft area. Life Oak Greaves. Ooh, those are quite nice. Reasonable armor. Good earth resist. Health regen, mana regen. I'd say they're better. Well, you can't actually wear them. Who can wear them? Oh. Oh. Well, that's a no-brainer. They're almost better than the Mage Pants. I mean, the Mage Pants do give 3 mastery. Which does increase skill power quite significantly. So, yeah, we will have that. The armor, though. We're not going to do the armor change. -5 health regen is just nuts. Losing health in combat. Let's open the chest. Another couple of small bits and bobs. But we can start heading down. Yeah, we can head back down to the amulet itself. I think it'd probably be fastest to go back and come in from the base. rather than navigating all those winding paths just for the sake of it. Let's have a chat with Geodash. We've done as you've asked. Splendid, now let me turn on the pump. It works, the waters are clean again. Ha! That's splendid, now I can go back to my slumber. Thank you, heroes. Here, I've activated this teleport. It leads to a nearby ledge with various supplies. Alright. We've got a relic chest with some armor in. Doesn't look like much else, but nice to have some freebies. And then obviously we're going to have the amulet just round this corner, so we'll grab that. Yeah, these stones should serve as a makeshift pestle and mortar. Eric pounds and grinds away at the collected plants till they form a sticky paste. What should we do now? Perhaps just rubbing it into the skin will work. I'll try a little on my finger. Eric dips his finger into the sludge and feels no pain when he does so. He proceeds to rub it all over his hand and arm and reaches deep into the pool. After some rummaging, he gets a triumphal look in his eye and pulls something out. The Earth Amulet. Awesome. Well, with that amulet safely in our grasp, that's probably a good point to finish off this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of the Tower of Time. See you soon.